So guys, in today's video we've got two brand new RC cars to look at. So a little while ago I made a review video about Diecast RC cars and these little cars were amazing. So I don't have them anymore, but I found some new ones. Just look at this, man. So we've got Diecast Monster Truck RC cars.
Blah 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 blah.
So let me get everything out of the box so I can show you what's inside there. And here they are, guys. What do you think of them? Well, I think that these little cars really look amazing. So we've got a die-cast body on the car, you know. We've got even suspension. And just look at all the details which they have added to these little cars. I am already impressed with those small size cars. So let's have a look what came inside the box. So I ordered two different packages. So I ordered this one and this one. So the difference is the remote. So this car came with a very tiny remote and this one came with a full-size remote. So the trailer is a little bit different as well, but that's all to say it. So it came with an instruction, we've got a USB-C cable for charging, and that's it. So let's have a close look at the transmitters. This car came inside that little box and this remote was included. So we've got only a couple of buttons to look at. So we've got forward and backward, we've got steering, this is the speed selector, so you've got two different speeds to select. And this is the automatic drive function or the cruise control button. So the only difference between those two cars is the transmitter. So this is the full-size transmitter and obviously it came in a bigger box. So we've got throttle, we've got steering, so these doesn't feel very convincing, but you know, it does the job. And remember, this car only cost around 30 bucks, I think it is, so I'll put the link down below so you can check it out for yourself. So the on-off switch sits right over there, so this little button is the same as this one, and this one is the speed selector, so the same as that one. So I'm curious to see if this one has got proportional steering. Obviously this one doesn't. So yeah, let me turn everything on. The car is powered on and just look at it, man. This thing really looks amazing. And just look at all the lights. So we've got headlights over here, we've got some downlights sitting right over there, and we even got some tail lights. And does it have brake lights? No, it doesn't have got any brake lights, but you know, that's all fine. So let's find out if this one has got proportional steering. So here we go, and no, unfortunately not. So that's a big bummer. So the difference between those two cars is only the transmitter design, and they function the same. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a downside, but you know, what do you expect of a car around 30 bucks? So, you know, that's all fine in my opinion. So let's have a closer look at all the details of this car. The two cars are identical and only the body art is different, obviously. So this car have got some suspension in the front and in the rear, and just look at it. We've got some small linkages sitting right over there, and I really like how they designed this little car. The only downside in my opinion is that we have got non-proportional steering, and yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. So for example, this car has got proportional steering and four-wheel drive, and yeah, this is one of the best small-scale RC cars, but this is a monster truck, so the design is totally different, but in my opinion that's a big, yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. But it is what it is. So in the front of the car, we've got some headlights, we've got some bumpers, we've got some caging right over there, and even some small details in the rear bed, and a tow hinge, because we've got a small trailer, and you can hook it onto the car and just drive around, and I really like that. So the design of this car, I really like this little car. So let's clear the table. So guys, let's see how fast this little car can go. So currently it's in low speed mode, and this is full throttle. Well, it's non-proportional, so it's always full throttle. But this is in the low power setting. Press this button once, it goes into the medium. That's a little bit faster, and press it again, it should go into the high speed. And, well, it's a decent speed, you know, but it's a monster truck, and monster truck drones drive very fast. But it's fast enough, I think. So when you press and hold this button, it goes into a demonstration mode. So press and hold, and it should drive by itself, as you can see. Oh, it goes all over the place. Oh, stop. Did you see that? That's a funny thing. So yeah, it's, I don't know what it is. It's some, yeah, a stunt function, or I don't know what it is. But you know, it's funny that it has it. So if you want to drive on cruise control, press this button once, and you've got a blue light over there. And when you press forward, it drives forward by itself. So you will have a cruise control function, and I'm not sure why you want to use that, but this car has got it built in, and that's a pretty nice thing. So yeah, let us build a track and test those little cars. So guys, I just borrowed our kids' playing carpet, so let's see how these little cars drives on this track. So straight away, full power, here we go. And the corner, well, the steering angle of these cars aren't meant for this track, as you can see. So we can't make the corner, so maybe that's a bit of a downside. But this car really pulls some wheelies with a trailer behind there. I really like that. So for this carpet, yeah, the track is a bit too small. But you know, the car itself has got plenty of power. So let's take them outside and see how it drives there. So guys, we're outside on the gravel and let's see how this car drives. So here we go. So with the trailer we've got a lot of drag on this gravel, but it does an okay job. And remember, this is only a two-wheel drive car, so don't expect too much. And especially because we've got very tiny wheels, but you know, it drives okay. So let's remove the trailer and see how it drives then. Without the trailer it drives definitely better than with the trailer, but you know, this is a very small car and this one isn't made to drive outside, but still it does an okay job. So let's go back inside to the work table and then I can give you my final thoughts about these little cars. So guys, that was the driving with these little cars. And what do I think of those? Well, I think that they are great, especially for the money. So I just looked them up on the internet, and the smaller ones with the smaller remote, you will pay around 17 or 18 euros or dollars for this little car. And I think that's a great bargain. And if you want to have the bigger remote, you will pay around 25 euros or something like that. So I'll put the link down below so you can check those out for yourself. But for the money, I think you will have tons of fun with this little car, you know. Yeah, it performs all okay, so the steering angle isn't great, but you know, what do you expect with non-proportional steering? So yeah, considering the money wise, I think that's all fine. But appearance wise, I really like this little car. You know, we've got headlights, we've got nice decals on there, you know, even suspension in the front and in the rear of this car. So for 70 bucks, I think that this is a very good purchase. Is it perfect? Well, of course it's not perfect, you know. What I really would like to have seen, that this one was 4-wheel drive instead of 2-wheel drive. If it had 4-wheel drive, you can have a lot more obstacles, or overcome much more obstacles than with the 2-wheel drive. So that's a big downside in my opinion, but still, you know, these are very cheap cars. Another thing is the bigger remote. You know, yeah, maybe it makes sense a little bit, but in my opinion, it's not worth the money. Or well, if it's only like a couple of bucks difference, then of course it's worth the money. But you know, this one does the job as good as that one, so it's just your personal preferences. So overall, I really like those cars. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you've got any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!